Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Enforce Media founder and one of the breakout stars of Gemini Films' latest hit show, The Come Up Miami. Ladies and gentlemen, Prince is on the line. Prince, how are you?
I'm good. How are you all?
I'm good. So first off, Prince, congratulations to you and the rest of the cast of The Come Up Miami for winning Reality Show of the Year, along with Chasing Atlanta at the 2020 NYPS Network Awards, the first tie for that category in the NYPS Network history. But yeah, season one, and you guys have already won an award. How does it feel to be on an award-winning show already?
So when I actually saw that, and they tagged me in it too, I was like, oh my god, like I'm on an award-winning show. Like you said, it was our first season. We weren't really expecting that much viewership.
Right.
Especially because this is the first season. People are getting to meet the new cast or whatever. But it did a lot better than I feel like everyone anticipated.
How did you manage to get casted on the show?
So I did I believe I did it the same way everyone else did. I saw that Gemini Films was casting here in Miami, and funny thing about it, like I actually watched an episode of it. It was Bad Boys Club. I think it was Atlanta. Of two of the guys fighting, they kissed before they fought, and I just thought it was so funny. And then I was like, you know what? I followed the production company. I was like, you know what? I really like Gemini. I thought maybe one day I'll be on it. Mind you, this is something like I said in 2012. Like I was in high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Fast forward. When he said he was coming to Miami, I was like, okay, like let me just go ahead and put my application. So I put my application in, sent some pictures along with it, and yeah, that was it. And then I met him when he first came out.
All right. Do you like watching yourself on the show, or do you cringe?
Oh, you see, you're the first person to ask me that. I actually cringe sometimes watching certain scenes because these scenes are shot like months out,
Right.
and we be over an issue, and sometimes having to rewatch it, it's like you're reliving those emotions, and you think you're up out of it, but like watching it over, it just brings stuff back up. So sometimes it's hard. Other times it's cool though. I do like watching myself here and there, but it depends. It depends.
Now I have to ask this. Not that it's really important, but it's been bugging me because I watch you and I'm like, what is his sign? Like you give me Aquarius, you give me an Aries, you get like what is your sign?
Ooh. So this gonna kill y'all. I'm a Gemini.
Shut the fuck up. No, you're not.
I'm a Gemini. My birthday's June 3rd.
Shut up. I grew up with nothing with Geminis. My cousin's birthdays are June 4th and June 5th back to back. So that's cool.
Really?
Yeah, I'm dead ass. So you the third. Welcome to the family, nigga. What's good? But I'm just so shocked because you're very like laid back. Like my Gemini, they're hype. You know what I mean? And you're so.
What's so funny? So I am laid back, but I have like that opposite side to me too. It wasn't really shown much in the show.
No, it was not. You gave very much. You gave very much Miles Spears tease. Y'all both was like so fucking calm and chill, like kumbaya.
Yeah, kumbaya. So like, I feel like I need to shake the table.
We were first introduced to you through the trailer for the show, and we all saw that you had a boyfriend. What made you have him on the show with you, knowing the history of reality, the reality TV curse on relationships?
So that's a really good question. So knowing, like coming onto the show, I felt like we were going to talk about our issues and it was going to be dead and over with. Because, we've been together, well, we worked together for almost 3 years at that time. So an argument, it was just an argument. Now, I wasn't expecting things to get physical, like how it got.
Right.
And yeah, that just took a turn for the left. And even before that, we were doing YouTube. Like, we had our own YouTube channel together, so it wasn't anything that, that was really new. It was just we were being put in front of a bigger audience.
All right, that makes sense. So, on the show, you revealed that that your boyfriend at the time, his best friend, was, doing disrespectful things to him. What were they, besides the, little butt smack here and there, what was he doing that really made you feel uncomfortable?
So, this is a good question. So, over this period of time that we were together, he told me he didn't have any friends. Like, I would ask him, like, oh, like, let me meet your friends, basically.
Right.
And, because even at my friends, I feel like friends are very telling of someone. But I guess he just didn't have any for like a year or two. He just did not have any friends. But I guess this one person, who he says is his best friend, he was in college, he came back down to Miami. And when he came around, like, how you get like certain vibes off of people, you're like, yeah, a little bit more than what she's saying. Type of vibe. I kind of got that vibe, and I brought it up to him, and in me bringing it up to him, he disclosed to me that they did do something in their past. Now, that should have been my first red flag right then and there. But I was like, okay, you know what? Cool. Like, as long as he doesn't disrespect me, I don't have any issue. Now, the second that ass occurred, I brought it up to him. He brought it up to the friend, and he was like, okay, like, it's not gonna happen again. Fast forward, it happens again, and it was just, it happened again. He got upset at me because he felt like I was doing too much, and it, on top of other things that he was doing, it just became a big issue.
So you saw right through their friendship facade. Okay, all right. Well,
yeah.
I don't mean to laugh at you, but I've been. Have you been drinking? Because I have, and it sounds like I don't know. Are you little?
I'm actually cooking. I was cooking. I'm chilling now.
You're cooking, so you're so.
I might cook with a little wine, but.
Okay, so you're sober. You're not high. You're not nothing. You're just very like.
No, I'm sober.
Oh, okay. I'm like, is he fucked up right now? Okay. At Jamal's 30th birthday bash, Prince, like, where were you? I mean, we know you were there because we saw you outside, while Shawn and Bam Bam were getting into it. But what were you doing inside the party? Were you mingling? Did you show up late? Like, because we really didn't see you at that at Jamal's 30th birthday bash.
I was there. So that was my first time meeting everybody.
Right.
And I was just like, these bitches ghetto. Like, they were like, I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand like what the fight was over. I just knew like the first time we met up, it was an issue. So I was like, oh God, like they done played into the cliche of this show. And I really didn't want to get too involved because it didn't have nothing to do with me. So I witnessed it from afar, but I wasn't like, oh, like, like what's going on or any of that. Because I really didn't care to know.
No, but what were you doing inside the party? Because I felt like they showed everybody else inside the. I mean, we saw you outside the party, but what were you doing inside the party?
Oh, inside the party, I was drinking. I had a drink. I spoke to the cast members. I met Shawn. I met Jamarcus. I met Jamal prior then, and then also there as well.
We all saw you a couple times throughout the season with a book bag on. Not that there's nothing bad with wearing a book bag, but what was in the book bag? We all want to know what's happening.
What book bag? Yeah, talk about
black book bag.
black book bag?
Yeah, you had a black book bag in like two scenes that I know of.
Calvin Klein? Or
You brought it to let me think. You brought it to you when you had the meetup with them outside, like the restaurant. There was a drag show that night. You know, I was like, what is it?
That's just my bag. It has like my essentials in it, my shea butter, my.
Okay, I'm like, what is in there? He got extra drinks. What's happening? But you know.
Oh no, nothing like that. I'm too careful. I'm trying to be. I'm too careful. I can't let these cops catch me slipping. Like I don't do stuff like that.
Right. Now you invited the guys out for drinks, so you can get so you can get to know them better, and y'all played a fun game of Never Have I Ever, where you revealed, Prince, that you never ever had sex with a coworker before. Well, is it safe to say as of now you have?
Look, I guess I can X that off my I could X that off my
Now, also during that game, Miles went further into what he does for a living. What do you think? What do you think of his line of work? Could you yourself be a cam model?
I could.
Oh wow.
I feel like for what he wants, like for him, it takes a lot of courage to get in front of a camera and then let other people, see your body and essentially get paid for it.
Right.
I respect what he does, 100%. And yeah, I ain't gonna spread too much light on me doing it, but
you could do it.
I could do it. Look, I could do it.
I mean, I know you could do it. I'm gonna tell you why later on into this interview.
Oh Lord.
By episode 4, right, we are all seeing cliques being formed. We got Bam Bam, Xavier, and Miles. We have Shawn and Jamal. And then we have you solo dolo. Did you not click with one specific group? Like, what, you just do your own thing? Like, what was happening with that?
I didn't. There wasn't any picking of the sides then for me at all. Like, I was still trying to get to know everybody.
Right.
But then after things started transpiring, I was just like, okay, like, you kind of see how people think. You kind of see how people react to stuff. And then me is like, who do I want to be associated with? Like, because I don't know if you can see, there's a clear, ideals amongst the different set of groups.
You said what?
If that makes sense. Like, their group is they're naturally to click. Like, as far as what they do, their personalities and whatnot, as opposed to me, Jamal, and Shawn.
Okay, I get where you're going with this. Okay.
Yeah, it's really different. So I just naturally clicked with the other side.
Let's talk the Sky Zone debacle. Did you gag like the viewers did when Bam Bam came at Jamal? Or did you see something, at Palace that happened between them that us viewers didn't see?
I gagged. I literally gagged because in my head, I was like, okay, the issue between him and Shawn, of course, I know that's what they're arguing about the first night. So there's still beef. Now, this whole thing with him and Jamal, that was so left field. When I tell you, I feel like nobody knew he was going to go in. I don't even think Jamal knew he was going to go in on him because the conversation that they had at Palace was not that serious for him to have been on attack.
That shit was crazy. I was like, what the fuck just happened? But
yeah.
So, Prince, how good was that fucking pizza at Sky Zone? Because While fists are flying and tables are being turned and all hell is breaking loose between Bam and Shawn, you remain calm and kept fucking eating. Like what? Like what's going?
Yep. You ever had the Chuck E. Cheese pizza?
Yes.
That's exact. Oh, it was so good. Every time I see that scene, I'll be like, yeah, that pizza was good. Fuck the drama.
You know what's crazy? I always tell people that Chuck E. Cheese has the best fucking pizza. Like people are laughing at me, but I'm like,
no, sometimes they really do.
They really do. Facts. I'm glad somebody else out there agrees. But why didn't you help break up the fight?
Oh, because at that time, like I said, I wasn't like aligned with anyone. I wasn't aligned with anyone, and like I was still getting to know everybody.
All right, that's a good answer, but thank God for episode fucking 5 through 10, because we finally get to see more of you. You now become an integral part of the storyline. We saw you at a phone store helping the owner, to get more money from selling phones by telling him to start doing installments as well, because, some companies will actually give them money for setting up these, installments. How long have you been helping with that store get more money and stuff like that?
So actually that store was helped open by me. It's owned by Lucy Audibert in conjunction with me. A lot of people are like, oh, you own a phone store, how did you do that? Long story short, I did good in school. I have 3 scholarships, and I'm still getting paid to go to school. And in the money that I was going to use to invest to get a duplex, I used that to help with that dream that she had. So, and I was doing good.
Also, while you were at that store, you spoke to, Miss Lucy about picking up, your stuff from Brandon's house, which confused the fuck out of me as a viewer, because that scene was shown before Jamal's ball, which is where you and Brandon, got into it. So was that scene at the cell phone store filmed first before the ball, or like what happened? Like what was going on with it? I was confused.
That scene over at the shop was shot after.
I knew it.
Everything that happened, yeah, it was shot after. I think more so they put it there for suspense reasons because it's more entertaining. But that definitely happened first.
So Jamal's ball happened first.
Yeah, Jamal's ball happened first.
I fucking knew, because I was so confused. Okay. Well, anyways, now we are at Jamal's, ball zone party, and, you walk sex siren. Was that your first time? Because you seem real comfortable. You showed your bare ass, which was unfortunately blurred the fuck out.
Unfortunately.
I was so mad.
I was not anticipating walking. I was not anticipating stripping into underwear. Like, all that was not called for. I did have, 2-3 drinks that night. And then Shawn was called in by Jamal to actually do sex siren. He was ready for it because he came dressed for it. But he also asked me to do it, too. So I was like, I don't want to seem like a leg and not do it, so I'll do it.
You did good. Do you have any more plans of walking in the ballroom scene, or is that just a one-time thing?
You know what? If a house really wanted me to do it, I think I'd do it.
Wow.
I think I'd do it. It was really fun. I enjoyed it.
You should do it. You should. Fuck, don't wait for a house to reach out to you. You just show up at some more kiki balls and really get into the scene. Do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now.
I mean, you know what? That was my first time actually going to a ball. The whole ballroom scene, that was new to me.
Wow. Yeah, the ballroom scene can be dope, and it can be really helpful, especially if you get into the right if you meet the right people, you know what I'm saying? But speaking of that ball, while you were outside of the ball, you told Shawn, that you and your ex Brandon were on a break. How long into how long into filming did you call for that break? Because you and Brandon seemed fine in the first couple episodes. Why did you ask for a break instead of just breaking up? Like I was like, what happened? They were just together. Like what the fuck happened?
So with filming, unfortunately, they can't capture every moment that happens
Right.
in our lives. So from the duration of us having to sit down at the restaurant to me telling Shawn that me and him are now on a break, in between that, he was actually lying to me about meeting up with a friend.
Oh shit.
Back. So that's what caused me to tell him that we're going to go on break.
Oh wow.
And actually, what a lot of people don't know is when he came that night to B-Zone, he was with the friend at the beach, and he lied about that too. But he didn't know that I knew that he was there. That's why when he came, I was really like passive. Like I didn't want to hear what he was saying because I already knew he was lying.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of him showing up, because like, next thing you know, your ex did in fact pop up. I mean, let's be honest. Did you really have no clue he was coming, Prince? Like, how did he know you were even there? Do you think production set it up? Like, I don't get it. Like, how did he know you were there?
Well, production already let me know that he reached out to production because he felt like that was the only way that he could speak to me. Because when I tell you I was not speaking to him,
right?
We were not communicating on the phone. There was no, like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to let you prioritize what you want to prioritize. And then when you want to figure that out, I may be here. But I'm not going to let you, like, walk all over me. So, long story short, he reached out to production, and production told him where I was, and he showed up.
Boom. Perfect. I already knew that. Okay. Just wanted to make, okay. Now, that push in the bush episode was really intense. However, before I get into that, who was that girl and why was she crying?
So that girl's actually, she's my best friend. Her name is Charla.
Okay, Charla.
She was there, like she's witnessed everything firsthand, and more personal with me with that whole situation. And I've only told her, like, this is what happens, like, behind closed doors. That was her first time, like, actually seeing it in person.
Right.
Yeah, so when we later, like, met up, because I asked her, I was like, are you okay? Like, I saw you crying. She was like, yeah, like, I just didn't like seeing you go through that. Like, she was like, I know we talked about it, but, like, that was just too much. She was like, it was too much even for me.
Right. No, I get it. I just wish, and I love Gemini Films and I love production. Karan is my guy. He is the man. However, I just wish when that scene happened, he would have, like, put her name and her, who she was, because it was just, we didn't know who she was. We just saw a girl come on with no explanation, like, crying. I'm like, why is she crying? Who is this girl? What is going on? And now, now you're letting us know who she was. You know what I'm saying? It should have said her name and Prince's best friend at the bottom of it, so I would have known what the fuck is going on.
Okay, look, shout out to her. Her Instagram is so gorgeous.
Ow. Okay, now, watching that scene was so uncomfortable to watch. I can only imagine how it was for you, looking back at it. But by the looks of it, it doesn't really seem like it was your first time, like, that you guys have gone through this. Like, have you guys hit each other before?
Yeah, so actually, that's when I was like, you know what, this is becoming too much, because it was becoming like that behind closed doors.
Right.
And it was exactly as depicted in the episode, which which I thought was kind of funny, more so for him, because there would be times like I'd be like, you know what, we're not communicating right now. Right now we're just arguing and we're just getting loud with each other, and the conversation is basically going nowhere. So I'm going to exit myself from the situation, and then we can probably regroup later and talk about it.
While Brandon was pouring his, heart out to you, you look so fucking mentally checked out. I was looking into your eyes, like looking into your soul, and you look like you were not there. You know what I mean? Like you were mentally fucking elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Was it in that moment that you knew, like, this shit is fucking over?
Oh, that was actually the breaking point. That very night, that's when I was like, that's it. I'm getting my shit. It was that night.
I believe it, because you really, like, I looked at you while he was talking to you on the wall. Like, you were on the wall, and your eyes, you were like I'm like, he's so clocked out. Like, it's done. It's a fucking wrap for Buddy. Now, hashtag push in the fucking bush, Prince. Why you do that, man, like that? Why you do?
What? Y'all see him up on me like that? I was defending myself.
You did it so smooth, though. That shit was the smoothest push in the history of reality TV pushes I have ever seen.
Oh my God! Don't do that.
Come on, like, it was mad. It was smooth. Like, you just boom, boom. Like with your shoulder. Like, you didn't even push him with your hands. You just gave him quick shoulder. Like, boom, get the fuck away from me. Like, boom.
So funny. It's funny as people make that seem to be. I really do not like. I don't like anyone getting me to that point.
Right.
Like, yeah, like you getting me to that point, it's like, okay, now we're not cool. Like, I'm not gonna like you. Like, we're not gonna be friends. It's like, no, none of that.
Let me tell you, Jamal is fucking hilarious. Like, I loved how when you and Jamal were walking your dogs and stuff, Jamal peeped that you and Shawn had chemistry together. But when did you initially start to like Shawn in a romance type of way? Because it didn't really show on the show, like the development process of that situation.
Look, Jamal be peeping.
I live for Jamal.
I love him. His voice, and he can narrate the show from A to Z, and that shit will have me rolling. But he, as far as like feelings developing for Shawn, so that night that everything happened, with my ex, it wasn't shown. I wish it was shown, but it wasn't shown. That Shawn he actually went to go speak to him and basically told him, like, how you're acting right now is very unbecoming. Like,
wait, what? Can you wait? Speak up for us. We want to hear you. He went to go speak. He went to go. Yeah. He went to go speak
to him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he spoke to him after everything happened. It was like, hey, listen, like, how you're acting, like, is not the way to show him that you want to be with him. And just, like, the whole nine, like, basically telling him, like, what he did wasn't cool.
That's crazy.
And at that time, like, I barely knew Shawn. Like, outside of that conversation that I had, he went off to, I think, Trinidad or something like that. And that was my second time meeting him. So for him to do that on my behalf, I was like, okay, that's cool. And then when I tried to leave that night, he actually invited me out to stay with Jamal, to hang out with Jamal. And, we just started talking, and we talked for about a month or so, and then it got romantic.
All right. Well, Let's talk about the dramatic ass scene of you going to drop off your ex's stuff. Now listen, the drop off it went smoothly, surprisingly. However, you started to cry in the episode around the 28-minute mark, right? However, that scene ended at 29 minutes and 56 seconds. So basically, it was almost 3 minutes of you crying, which, as a person watching it, felt like a fucking lifetime. I was screaming. I was screaming to the video, Quran, cut, Quran, cut, Quran, fucking cut. Do you think do you think that scene was dragged out as well, or am I tripping? What's happening?
Man, I mean, I think, did I actually start crying at 28?
You did cry.
I know I did. I know I cried, but like, I feel like Karan knew that I felt some type of way about the whole situation.
Yeah.
But I was not trying to show it, like, at all. So when the more we started to talk about it, like, I got into my feelings, and I actually did start crying, and it was like, I was trying to collect my thoughts and like speak, but yeah, the tears were flowing.
I'm sorry. I don't listen. I'm sure you would never. I'm just laughing at. I'm looking back at the scene and I'm like, oh my god, that shit was so long. Like I was like, what is going on? Like, cut. But
I was like, come on, cut the cameras, dead ass.
Cut dead ass. Cut the cameras. Well, COVID-19 hit, and production stops filming. How long would you say the filming was stopped? Honestly.
Damn. We stopped for like 3-4 months.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah, like, sad to say, it was in the middle of us filming.
That's what's up. That's good. That's a good call on production though, because you got to take shit seriously. So apparently, things with you and Shawn fizzled out during the shutdown, and Shawn, he blamed it on your friends, and he says verbatim that you are somebody who is easily influenced by others. Are you?
I don't know why he'd say that. I personally don't feel like I'm easily influenced. If I don't want to do something, I'll say no, or if I didn't want to end things, I wouldn't do it on the benefit of my friends telling me so. I did have conversations with my friends as far as like how I was feeling in the moment.
Right.
And I told them, like, you know what? It was unfair to me to still be with him and still thinking about somebody else. And I guess me disclosing to my friends that first as opposed to him, I think that's where that came from. Because I told him the conversations with my friends. I'm very open with him, as I feel like I am with everybody else. And I don't know. I believe that's why he said that. I'm not really too sure.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you cleared that up. Now it's making sense. I like that answer. That was a good answer. So you met up with a friend, your friend at the beach. And again, I love production. But I wish they would have shown his name and, like, come on now. So you met up with a friend at the beach and you tell him, that Bam Bam is liking all of your ex's Instagram pictures. Did you really give a fuck? Like, is that a thing? Like, does liking a picture mean you actually like a person, or like what's going on?
So let me tell y'all, I really didn't give a fuck.
I know you didn't.
I didn't. The only reason I gave a fuck is because that guy called me and was like, I don't want fucking shit to do with this show. Don't be trying to put me back on this shit. I'm like, whoa. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, are you with Bam? I'm like, no. And he's like, well, Bam is over here liking all my pictures on Instagram. I was like, oh, Lord. Like, I didn't say, I was just like, okay, well, I said okay to him, and then I hung up. So I was like, okay, let me bring it up to him, like, see what the fuck this is like about. And we brought it up that one time. I kid you not, he said that my ex must have liked his pictures, which I knew was a lie from the jump.
No, I know. Wait. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
Oh, you gonna get there? You gonna get there? I'm
that's
sorry.
That's like 3 questions ahead. Okay, so let me just stop you in your tracks.
I'm skipping ahead.
No, it's fine. So you attended Miles' vegan dinner, right? Honestly, how was the food? Honestly, was it really good? You liked it?
So I'm pescatarian, which is like a step down from vegetarian.
Shut up!
I liked it. I am.
Oh wow, that's it. What made you want to become pescatarian?
Just a healthier lifestyle. I was also trying to like tone my body, so that's a good thing if you guys want to like lose weight quickly or easily and tone. Like pescatarian is good. Just eat fish, no meat. Fish processes in your body faster than meat.
So it's definitely safe to say that you like Miles' vegan dinner.
No, I loved it.
All right. Now during this dinner gathering, you and Shawn, y'all saw each other after a while of not seeing each other, and y'all made up. So let's just ask the question that the world wants to know. Are you guys officially an item? Are you a couple? Are you together or not? Like, what is the tea?
Me and Shawn.
Dum dum dum.
We're together.
Hey!
We are together. Actually, and we just moved into our new apartment together.
Together?
Together.
Okay, congratulations. Listen, as somebody, this is where me and you can relate, because I don't really know Shawn that much, but we've spoken, and I believe that you're like his first serious relationship, correct?
You know what's so funny? Everybody tells me that knows him.
No, that's a good thing. I mean, I'm just letting you know because I'm with somebody as well, and I'm their first very serious relationship. But I'm also like you, where I've already been in a serious relationship before. So my only advice with you is just give him some time because you're there first. They might not know certain things to do. You're gonna have to like show them how to be like in a relationship. If you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean. So
you know what? I get exactly what you're saying 100%. Like you don't even gotta expand on that because sometimes we do run into that,
right?
But like you said, like I remember, I've been kind of doing this, and this is like, it's really, really new to him.
Yes, it is.
Patience is key.
Exactly. Now, during the break, we also got another cast member, which was Xavier. What was your initial reaction to Xavier?
It's so funny. My first time meeting him, I did not speak. Like, I introduced myself, like, as, my name is Prince. I'm pretty sure you've seen me from the show already here. But I didn't try to speak too much to him beyond that. The more so reason being is because I don't like to cozy up to people. Right. Especially if I don't know like how you're gonna turn out to be. This is my first time meeting him. The second time I met him, which was at his rooftop party, he spoke about starting beef with Jamarcus, like asking production, "Hey, can I start beef with Jamarcus?" Like, and then all this extra stuff.
And mind you, Jamarcus. Wait, hold on. Jamarcus wasn't even on the show at that point.
He wasn't.
No, he was not. So why do you want to start beef with somebody who's not even on the show?
And that was my red flag.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
that was my red flag.
okay. Well, also at this, this vegan dinner gathering, you and Bam Bam, you guys had a cool moment outside. But listen, why didn't you or anybody else on the cast production correct Bam Bam, because he kept on saying epidemic instead of pandemic, which was irking my fucking spirit.
Oh my God. He got his own type of lingo. So.
No, but that's not a lingo. That's an epidemic. Epidemic is a real thing, but we weren't having an epidemic. Epidemic is just like in one region. We were having a pandemic. It's worldwide. It's global. Like it's a difference. And nobody said nothing, and he kept on saying it over and over. I couldn't have been there. I would have called his. I would have been like, my guy, pandemic, please.
You know what? I didn't catch it. But knowing me, I'm just like, you know what? That's his business. That's his business. He over here talking about damn epidemic.
I was going
trying
through
to use
it.
Words he don't know.
I was going fucking through it. Okay. Now, speaking of Bam Bam, did you buy Bam Bam's excuse for excuse me, I'm smoking a blunt over here. I apologize, but
look at you.
I am. I'm getting lit over here. Like this is a party. Did you buy Bam Bam's excuse for commenting that that you're a table wiper? During his after show with Karan. He said it wasn't shade, but come on, we all saw that clip.
Yeah, we all saw it. My whole thing is like, if you're not gonna say it to my face, I don't really like. I'm not gonna take it serious. Like, if you don't at me. If you don't say it to my face, like, I don't care. That's why even when the whole situation came about, production did not need to tell me to go outside, go talk to them. I went to them. I was like, I'm going to talk to him myself. And we'll talk about it and see how it goes. Now, if he said the same thing that he said over person, or if I felt like he came at me incorrectly, then I would have handled it accordingly. But that's not what he gave off.
Oh shit! You just gave you had a Jay-Z moment. You said basically you're saying, if it ain't directed at me directly, I don't respect it. Bars. Okay.
Bars.
Now, well, next thing you know, you, Jamal, and Shawn, you're all of a sudden you're at a fucking spiritual reading. And you get an anonymous DM out of nowhere from someone who tells you basically that Xavier is cheating on his fiance with Javier.
Oh, Lord.
Why do you think this person DM'd you out of everyone in the cast?
You know what? That's still a question. That is still a legitimate question. Because I was like, why do I have to be, like, it be me?
Right.
Like, why does it have to be me? Like, you couldn't have sent this to Javier himself. Or goddamn, I don't know, somebody. I felt like I was in enough goddamn drama as it is. Like, I did not need that. Let alone, like, I felt like that kind of just bred a whole storyline for what's her name again?
You tell me.
Tina, Xavier. Ooh. That's what I am.
Not Tina.
Yeah, Xavier.
I don't think people are gonna catch the Tina shade, and you know what? Maybe the gays will catch the Tina shade, but I'm not even gonna explain the Tina shade to those who don't catch it. But I caught it.
Look, as long as you caught it.
But let me ask you, who do you think sent the message with the DM?
Now, you know what's so funny? Originally, when I first got the message, I thought it was production. Like, oh, it's production.
Right.
And I even asked Karan, because he offered Jamal to see his phone. And after the film, I was like, let me see your goddamn phone, Karan. And it did not come from him. And it was only him. Was it only him filming that day? I think it was him, and then he had another cameraman filming that day.
Plus, if Karan is the one filming, he can't be texting you.
Yeah. And I was like, he can't be texting me. And it was real weird. I felt it was kind of weird to say. I felt it was kind of destined. And let me tell y'all why.
Stop it.
No, listen, because the reader told me I need to stay off social media, and that shit got me in that trouble that I got into with this whole...
Oh, that is true. He said that.
He said to stay... Like, when I tell you how weird stuff was happening, like, while he was talking, the lights were flickering, like... I'm so mad I didn't catch it. Like, it was just so much weird stuff going on. And then when he told me that, like, I was like, okay, yeah, like, I'd be on my phone. You know, my iPhone telling me I'd be on my phone for, like, 16 hours a day, take a break type thing. But that shit really got me in trouble right after.
But you know what? I'm so dumb. I didn't even, I peeped that he said that, but I didn't put two and two until you just said it just now. I was like, wow, he told you to stay off of social media, and then next thing you know, you get a DM on Instagram. It's not like you got a text message. You really got a social media DM from an anonymous person and all this crap. So, wow, that's very, okay.
Yep.
Wow. Let's talk about this. At Xavier's pool party. You told Xavier and Javier about the message, and they laughed it off. But honestly speaking, what do you think? Do you think they messed around or not? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. What's that quote that grandma be saying? A hurt dog holler.
A hit dog a holler or something like that.
So we had this conversation at the pool party. They did laugh it off, like you said. And the funny part about it, we all actually went outside of filming, me, Shawn, Xavier, and Javier.
Oh, wow.
Out to eat. Yeah, we went out to eat. Sat next to each other and everything.
Ooh, not sat next to each other. Okay.
Sat next to each other and everything. Well, they were sitting next to each other. And yeah, didn't say a thing.
All right. Well, honestly speaking, Brent, how many shots did you have at that pool party? Because you look pretty fucked up. I was like, he's so fucked up right now.
Look, I probably had I don't want to lie. It was definitely a double digit.
Good for you. Good for you. Hey, it's a double picture right now while I'm reading these questions. It's all right. It's gonna be all right. Now, even though you told Xavier and Javier about the anonymous DM at Xavier's pool party, he seemed to be really upset. And, he brought it up again. This time at Javier's hotel gathering. Why do you think he waited to tell you that? Like, I was fucking confused, and I honestly thought that you did the right thing by telling Javier first because you knew him first. So basically, what I'm asking is, why do you think Xavier was so mad?
You know what's so funny? I don't know, but I felt like when I initially met him, and what I said in my previous interviews, was that he came to start problems. If you guys pay attention clearly, I spoke to Javier, who I knew first. He was there. He didn't receive the message right then and there when Javier received it. Yet again, he still received it. Now, as him waiting to approach me at Javier's guys' night, you know why I felt like he waited? Is because Shawn was not there.
Right.
Shawn wasn't there. If he was to have that same energy while Shawn was there,
well, it would have been a problem.
Yeah, it would have been a problem. Because Shawn not gonna let somebody get loud with me. Shawn's not gonna let somebody get loud with me. But then again, I felt like he just felt like, okay, well, the firecracker isn't here. I could, speak my mind to him. Little did he know that I will go the hell off on him on my own. Like, I don't need Shawn to be here or anyone, as a matter of fact, to defend me, because I can do it for myself.
We know, Mr. Hashtag Pushing the Bush. We know.
Oh my God.
We know. And like I told you, Jamal peeps everything. And one thing that Jamal did say during his green screen during one of the episodes, he was like, oh, Prince gets down. I could just tell Prince gets down. And I was like, me too. I was like, Prince is like the calm storm. He's calm. But if you keep fucking with him, that's when the storm comes, and you don't want to do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, bitch. Well, speaking, I'm glad you brought this whole you and Xavier going at it, because, you and Xavier, you guys were going at it, with the season finale in the hotel. And next thing you know, it abruptly ended. Us viewers never saw a resolution, a resolve to that situation. Although the cast, they brought it up in their green screens. They said that you both squashed it and made up. Why do you think production didn't show you guys making up on camera? I was so confused. It just ended so fast.
We make up.
That's what Miles. I think one of the cast members said it.
Oh no, we was able to do a toast. That didn't mean we made up. Like, we were no. Mm-mm. We did not make up. See, if we would have made up, I wouldn't have said what I said about him. Even with the episodes coming out, I wouldn't have said what I said.
But did you watch the last episode?
Oh yeah, I watched the last episode.
Watch it again, okay? Listen, what I'm saying is, you and him were talking, and then next thing you know, it just ended. There was no. It just, like, you guys were really going at it, then boom, next thing you guys are toasting. I'm like, what? Like, how did that conversation end? Like why? Like, I don't get it.
So that I can tell you how that conversation ended.
Thank you. Somebody tell me.
Maybe Gemini Films will put out like deleted scenes and whatnot. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I gotta ask Karan. But
please, Karan, please.
Please, yes. There's so much shit y'all don't know. Like, it's cut, edit, like.
Right.
But with this situation, I told him when it cut off into Xavier's scene that if you're not pressed about it, we don't need to keep talking about it.
Ooh, okay.
And he was talking, and then I shut down. I stopped talking. I picked up my phone. I had some business emails that I was actually replying to, and I ignored him.
You paid it dust.
Yeah, I ignored him. It was either I ignored him or we were going to fight.
Right.
It was either of the two. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it unless give me being a lawyer, self-defense.
Okay.
Self-defense.
I live for that. I live for that response. That's good. I'm glad you ignored it.
Yeah, so that's why they cut that scene short. Because there was, beyond that, I wasn't really giving him anything else to go off of.
Got it. If there is a season 2, will you be back?
Oh, of course. I'll be back. I may do like a let's see. I may do like a little pop-up. I don't know, as far as like cast member, like it just depends on my situation, where I'm at. With law school and all that stuff, but I'll pop up, do a little something for season 2.
Not to be super messy, I'm so happy for you and Shawn. I really am. Congratulations to both of you on your relationship.
Don't be messy.
Wait, listen.
Wow.
Listen.
Oh Lord, I'm scared.
Listen, looking back at episode 1, right? It appeared that Jamarcus and Shawn were really into each other, right? So honestly speaking, do you think you would have ended up with Shawn if Jamarcus would have stayed on the show?
Oh yeah. Like I felt like the whole Jamarcus is cute was everybody. I was like, oh, Jamarcus is cute. Like he's cute. Now, knowing Jamarcus now, I'm definitely like, okay, Jamarcus is definitely a cool friend. Not like somebody I'd be like, let me have a relationship with. Type of thing.
Everybody says that. Is it because he's cis? Everybody says, oh, he's cis.
Like, it's not even that. Like, it's not that. Like, he's just a cool person. Like, I don't think I don't want to speak too much like on him, but I don't really think he's like looking for anything too serious right now. Like, he's focused on his career. Unless you just want to have a little bit of fun, like I don't feel like he's gonna take it much farther than that.
Oh, okay, got it. You ain't even gotta say no. Oh, say less. Audience, y'all heard what he said. Just take it as you want. Now, can we talk about Enforce Media? Can you tell our audience what it's about and why you launched it to begin with?
So I actually launched Enforce Media because there were content creators and people out there that wanted to get their business out in different ways. It was more so targeted to YouTubers and business owners who needed help with making websites, people who didn't really have video editing skills.
Right.
SEO, if you guys don't know what that is, so you can like pop up on Google and search engines and whatnot.
Talk that shit. Come on, let them know.
We do app development. If you want to make an app, it might run you a couple thousand, but we do apps. What else we do? We also do email marketing campaigns. And we help with business plans, just the whole nine, like from A to Z with as far as marketing your business and getting it from the ground up. I felt like there needed to be like a resource out there that people could go to go ahead and do that. But I didn't want to just do it just for businesses. Like I said, I also wanted to extend it to the YouTube family as well. So I have like a little package on there for YouTubers that includes video editing, YouTube SEO optimization, and then there was one more. Oh, and thumbnail and banner creation.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for letting the viewers know, bitch. Enforce Media, y'all already know what it is. Now, Prince, I normally end this podcast with a game, but instead, I'm going to end it with a big thank you from me and the viewers, to you. Thank you so much for sharing your story in the final episode about being homeless and your mom giving birth to you at 16. It's very fucking relatable, and I honestly wished we got to see more of that side from you and other cast members. It was very refreshing, The show is called The Come Up, which means everyone is currently down and they're trying to come the fuck up. So it's annoying. When bitches, be like, they act like they already fucking made it. And it's like, just be transparent, share your journey, because people need that. So thank you for sharing yours.
I know who we're talking about, but I'm going to just end it on a positive note.
Serious. I'm not talking about anybody specifically, but I'm just thank you for that. Like, I wish the show would be more focused on shit like that, because that was nice to know. Like, I'm mad I learned that about you at the last episode. I should have knew that about you.
Yeah, it wasn't. That was more so something personal. Maybe season 2 I could expand on that more, because
please do
that. Like,
please do.
There comes like a lot of like trials and tribulations of having a teenage mom. Especially, like, I didn't have no guidance. A lot of people look at me and be like, "Oh, he's so poised. He talks so proper. Like, his mom and dad must be white." But no, it's very contrary to that.
I can relate to. I can relate to that. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like that hit me the hardest. I was like, we need more of that shown on the show. Like, I'm so happy somebody out there is doing this. That's amazing.
I'm glad that I'm able to show it, and then like people that view it are actually able to relate, and then make better choices in their lives from it. So I'm really appreciative of that. And thank you guys for having me too. Like, I really appreciate you guys. I watch you guys. Like, I love y'all content.
Thank you so much. But it's good to show that, because I've grew up in the home. I've been from shelter to shelter as well. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, finally, we're hearing about this, because this shit is real. But anyways, where can our listeners find you at? What's your social media handles before we get out of here?
Alrighty, so you guys can follow me on Instagram. It's a Prince with a Z at the end. It's not Princess. And you can also follow my business page, Enforced Media. Enforced in Media. And yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. And Prince, until we meet again, my friend.
Alrighty.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.